Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. So guys, I decided to film a concert look. I went to see the Jonas Brothers last month, actually it was a couple weeks ago, and I absolutely loved the concert, and I just thought, you know, something I always like to look up is different ideas for big events like this. As far as makeup goes, I like to see what other people are doing and get some ideas. So I thought, why not share my ideas for a concert look? This is a pretty soft look. It's not real extreme. We're not going real dark or real crazy, but it's really easy. This is what I wore to the concert I went to, so I thought I would just share that with you guys. Before we get into the video, please hit the subscribe button and let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to try to film. I apologize for the leaf blower guy who is being obnoxious, and I've been waiting and waiting, and I'm kind of on a time crunch, so I can't wait anymore. So I'm just gonna jump in, try to get this makeup done. I am so sorry. I apologize so much for the dang leaf blower guy. If I could stop him, I would, but I can't. I'm not the one who pays him. Let's jump in. So I've already prepped, primed, and done my skin ready for foundation, and I'm gonna be using my favorite It Cosmetics CC Cream Foundation. I like this one because it's really long wearing and really full coverage, and for going to a concert, you want to look full coverage. This is the foundation I wore when I went to the Jonas Brothers concert last month, which, by the way, if you're curious, was one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. Probably the best concert, which, trust me, I was fangirling hard, but I had an absolute blast. So I'm going to go ahead and put my foundation on, go around the face, and buff it out with my damp beauty sponge. The other great thing about this foundation is it has SPF already in it, so you don't have to worry about wearing sunscreen with your foundation. For concealer today, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape. This is my favorite concealer, so pretty much use it religiously. And then blend it out again with my damp beauty sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and bake with my ABH translucent setting powder with my Tarte beauty sponge. I'll bake right up under those eyes. Now for the brows, I'm going to be using the same product I use in every video, my ABH Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Taupe. And I'm just going to be using a Morphe R44 brush, and I am just going to go ahead and toss those on. So I'm back with my brows on. After I do my brows, same thing in every routine, I like to do my eyes. I like to do my eyeshadow. So I'm just going to go ahead and buff out those lines of the foundation that have kind of creased in there. And I'm going to take my beauty sponge I used to bake with and just set those lids with the excess product. For my eyeshadow palette today, I'm going to be going with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette. I like this one because it's got really pretty neutrals. It's got some really pretty browns and a good black in it. What I like for concert looks is a nice dark smoky look. I'm going to start with the shade Marina, which is this lighter brown shade. It's the lightest matte brown shade in the palette. And I'm gonna dip into that and work that shade into the crease.
If you O.P.E.N, engaging is on my agenda. Request my chariot, get ya. The door's O.P.E.N, take that hot road and hop in. First impression, you O.P.E.N, we should be closer than friends. If you O.P.E.N, engaging is
Next, I'm gonna take the shade called Siren. It's like the second to the darkest shade in this palette. It's a very cool toned dark brown. And I'm gonna work it in the outer half of the eye. We're just working on building up some good depth right now.
request my chariot, get ya. The door's O.P.E.N, take that hot road and hop in. Monarch butterflies, you should open up. I'm trying to put your heart together, found it broken up. Going up in smoke, smoking up. Make sure the children in the house, she's in the
Now, when I went to the I almost said Justin Bieber concert. Somebody slapped me. When I went to the Jonas Brothers concert, we left our house about 10 a.m. but the concert wasn't until 7:30 because we wanted to go and do some shopping. And it was about a 3-hour drive up there. Well, 2.5-hour drive up there, I'd say. But we were doing a lot of shopping and stuff, so I stopped here as far as depth went before, and I took this little palette with me and a brush, and I added in some depth, which is gonna be the next shade that we're doing. But I waited until we were in the parking garage at the concert venue before I added some depth. So I'm gonna go in now with this black shade called Riptide. It is the darkest shade in the palette, and I'm gonna go in with a penciled brush here. I want something with a little more preciseness to it, and I'm gonna work that in right into the outer crease. I don't want to build it up too far. That's why we're going in with such a small brush. Adding some good depth in there, and I will bring it down towards the lash line. I mean, just look at the difference it makes in between, you know, how much definition you get and how much spicier it makes the eye look. I want to blend that definition out, so I'm just going to take my favorite blending brush and blend till my heart is content. To finish off the eyeshadow, I'm going to mix these two shimmery shades here on the palette. This one's called Sunset and this one is called Pearl. And I'm just gonna dip into both of those. And I pack that right onto the lid. All the way down into that inner corner and then feathering it over where it meets the darker shadow on the outer edge. Okay, so I'm gonna set that eyeshadow palette aside. And I'm gonna go back into the skin and get my skin all prepped and ready. So instead of baking or setting the rest of my face with my baking powder that I already used, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Coty Translucent Airspun powder. This will help brighten, keep those under eyes really bright. So I'm just gonna go and take the same brush that I'm gonna use to set that, and I'm just gonna buff away any of this excess baking.
First impression, you O.P.E.N.
And then I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face.
If you O.P.E.N, engaging is on my agenda. Request my chariot, get ya. The door's O.P.E.N, take that hot road and hop in. First impression, you O.P.E.N, we should be closer than friends. If you O.P.E.N.
See, I mean, just look how much brighter it made those areas that I baked. It just really makes them pop, and I feel like for a concert you want to be, you know, popping. You want things to be stand out. You want to look good, and I like when my under eyes will look nice and bright, especially when they're going to contour or bronze up here in a minute. It's going to just make that look amazing. So for bronzer, I'm going to be using my favorite Hula bronzer from Benefit.
door's O.P.E.N. Take that high road and hop in. Monarch butterflies, you should open up. I'm trying to put your heart together, found it broken up. Going up in smoke, smoking up. Make sure the children in the house, she's inappropriate.
Sticking with the same bronzer, I'm going to go ahead and contour the nose. Same way I do pretty much in every video. Use the same brush and the same product and do the same thing. For blush, I chose this pretty vulgar blush. I believe the shade is called Make Them Blush. It's gonna blend in so well, and I'm just gonna use an angled cheek brush here and dip in pretty good with that. And then to highlight, I chose one of my most striking highlights. I chose my Luminizer from The Balm. She is just my favorite. She's my go-to, and she's beautiful. Her cheekbones will be beaming to the gods, and the guys on stage will see ya. Now we're gonna highlight our inner corner with my favorite unique shade, single shadow shade in the shade Gentle. So pack that on the inner corner and the brow bone. And then I am going to take that chunky brush that I use a lot and just buff out that line between the two, blend everything together real nicely. If you have larger lids, a bigger space between your brow and your eyelid, you don't probably have to worry about that, but my space is really small, so things tend to overlap. And then I get these funky lines that I don't like. So just using that brush to blend out just makes everything look better for me. Now let's go ahead and do liner. And I feel like a concert, you need a big wing liner, so I'm going to use my NYX Epic Ink Liner and draw some wings on. I don't know what is going on, but I feel like my hand is not very steady today, and it's driving me nuts. I mean, got this line turned out alright, but this wing is just getting crazy, so I think to fix it, I'm going to take my concealer brush that I used to finish to conceal my brows and do the same thing to that line, and I feel like it helps clean it up just a little bit. Now let's go ahead and set the face. I'm going to use my NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. I've been loving this stuff lately. And since we're going to a concert, you want to stay matte. You don't want things to get oily, and this is a good one. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to go in with my mascara. This is the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. To finish off the look, we're going to be doing lips, and I got a new Kat Von D liquid lip in the shade Noble. It's this pretty kind of nude color here. I have not worn this one yet. I tested it out on my hand, but let's see how it looks. I own a lot of nude lip colors, but nothing quite this shade, so I thought, you know what, this would be fun, so I'm try something new. Try it out with you guys. So I'm not hating it. It's definitely a little peachier than I guess it looks pretty peachy in the tube. It's really light, and I kind of like it. Let me know what you guys think about this color down below. I'll finish getting them done so you can see the full result. So the only thing I'm feeling about this color is, like, it's very patchy along my lip there, and I don't know if it's just because my lips are really chapped, or if it's just I'm not letting it dry long enough before I rub my lips together, or what's going on, but that's not something I really like. I let it dry a little more, and I am liking it. I think it's really fun. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and finish it off with a glossy top. This is the ColourPop Ultra Glossy in the shade Atta Girl. This will give it a slight iridescent-y look and just make your lips look plump and glossy.
Need to deep breathe, heartache, complications. Open up.
And just a tip for doing a glossy lip. You ever put gloss on and you feel like it's not coating enough? Trust me, it is. Because then you end up with these like globby messes in the corners of your mouth, and every time you open it's just like gross. Put less on is more when you're doing a glossy lip. And I have noticed all you have to do is the real plump part of your bottom lip, and then the center of the top lip as well. Just right in there is going to catch the light, make your lips look plump and glossy. You don't have to coat the whole thing. You don't have to put a lot of product on. It has really saved my feelings about a glossy top coat, because I used to only wear matte because I hated. Felt like it didn't matter how much I was putting on, it really didn't look glossy when it really did. And I would put so much on that it would just clump in the corners of my mouth. That tip is just amazing. This is it, guys. This is the concert look. This is what I wore to the Jonas Brothers concert, although I wore a slightly different nude lip. This is essentially the look. I'm really happy with this lip color. Actually, I really like it, and I think it looks super good on my skin tone, so I'm glad I picked it up. But comment down below if you guys went and saw the Jonas Brothers, and if you did, what did you think about the concert? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you have an absolute blast like I did? Also, let me know what you think about this look. Give a thumbs up if you guys want to see any more videos. If you have specific videos you want to see, comment down below. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.